Welcome. I want to share something with you that I truly believe that you are wired for something greater. My name is Justin Studebaker. I'm the founder of Wired for Greatness Accelerated Program and owner of Symphoneo Consulting. For almost 40 years, I didn't value what I brought to the world. I never thought I had what it took to own my own business. Growing up, I was the kid who started every project like a house on fire and abandoned it a month later. The friend who was too much, intense, electric, and then gone over and over until I stopped trying to understand why. I moved 5 times in 3 years, starting when I was 12. And I would sit on the quiet side of the library just trying to disappear, and eventually left high school the hard way, not even graduating, because staying in a system I didn't understand with no one able to tell me why was more than I could carry, and a GED sounded much better. For most of my life, I only had one word for what I was: broken, something to manage, medicate, or hide. And it broke me to the point where I ended up on my sister's couch 15 years ago, completely burnt out and broken. However, what I found in my life is that the darkest hour is always before dawn. And here's what nobody tells you about that type of chaos. Every version of it has a name, and every name has a fix. I've since lived through it and worked my way out of it by the grace of God. Every single friction point that quietly wrecks ambitious, brilliant people. Forecast friction. I would live in a constant state of overreacting, a calendar that never matched my reality, my workload, and that I had no business taking on that many things. Focus friction. I was the king of context switching, trying to multitask, starting deep work and losing it to the next shiny thing 10 minutes later. Filter friction. Everything felt urgent, so nothing got the attention it deserved. And my energy was then scattered across a dozen half-finished things. Fuel friction. I hit real success and still felt empty, cynical, and burnt out because I didn't understand my wiring. Fuel friction. My emotions ran the show more than I ever admitted, hijacking my decisions and my relationships. Finish friction. I started strong over and over and quietly carried the guilt and shame of never finishing what I started. I didn't read about these problems in a textbook. I lived every one of them, even when it looked from the outside like I had it all together. I became the first $1 million seller in Roseville store history at Nordstrom, 3 years running. I founded Dress to Soar, a charity program that grew to hundreds of volunteers, helping foster teens build the confidence I'd spent my life fighting to find. By every outward measure, I'd made it, but underneath it, I was still cycling burnout, recovery, because none of that success came with an understanding of why my brain worked the way it did. I hadn't found the fix yet. I just found a lane where the chaos was, for a while, manageable until it wasn't. What actually turned it around wasn't my success. It was an identity shift, a master's in human behavioral psychology, studying the science of behavior change, becoming one of the first ever certified working genius facilitators in the world, eventually a late in life ADHD diagnosis that made my entire life make sense for the first time. And somewhere in that process, the word disorder stopped being the truest thing about me. The word broken was changed, and I traded it for 2 words that actually fit: ambitious, dreamer, hyper-focused, doer. That's not a rebrand. It's what was always underneath the diagnosis. The same brain finally pointed in the right direction with the right systems built around it instead of against it. The wiring never changed. What changed was whether I saw it as a disorder to manage or an identity to build from. That shift is what led me to co-found and now run a thriving consulting practice, not by accident or by burnout-fueled hustle, but on purpose, sustainably designed. And it's what's behind every part of Wired for Greatness. Wired for Greatness is the program that I wish someone had handed me 10 years ago. Not just a set of tools, but a path from disorder to identity. It's a 3-month high performance accelerator for business owners with 1 to 10 employees that walks them through the same 6 friction points I live through: forecast, focus, filter, fuel, feel, and finish, and replaces each one with a system built for how your brain actually works. You get a working genius assessment, a report, a course, and a consult with a top expert to understand your unique wiring. You get weekly videos that are lessons that you can take on your time, and you have live accelerator calls with other small business owners like yourself. Fillable workbooks each week, a working friction assessment at the week 2 marker and at the end to track your progress and see your measurable growth. Additional resources from top experts in the world, and a community that keeps you accountable between sessions. One of the coaches in our program said, if it works for an ADHD brain, it works for everyone. I'm not teaching this from theory. I'm teaching it from the other side of every one of these struggles. I didn't figure this out alone. I got there by learning directly from some of the top experts in the world. And I want to pass that same path forward to you. You don't need a new diagnosis. You need a new identity to step into. My life has been truly transformed, not from just optimized, not just more productive, but genuinely different at the root. The burnout cycles, they're gone. The guilt and shame is gone. What's left is a high-performance business, a fulfilling life, and a version of myself I actually trust and love. And I want you to know this: if you feel this way at all around feeling broken or disordered, you are never broken. You are wired for something greater than you've been allowed to see yet. You're a builder, you're a creator. So let's find out what that transformation looks like for you, becoming an ambitious dreamer and hyper-focused doer. I truly hope you will join our movement. And if you're curious where your own friction shows up, feel free to contact me. We'll send you our complimentary 5-minute working friction assessment. And I look forward to connecting with you and supporting your growth. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.